You don't know what side you're fighting for.
Someone's trying to kill us. We are trying to kill them.
We had a 2-week rehearsal process, so we watched a lot of documentaries and a lot of films, but the two that were the most effective for me as what is going on with Lee is this Maria Colvin documentary called Under the Wire. And that was, she's a journalist, she's not a photojournalist, but that, the way that she enters into a war zone and the way she was with her colleagues and just zero, you know, I can't find the words right now, but just honoring the people and what she does, not anything in terms of accolades or look at me or anything like that. She was very much a woman on the ground that risked her life and to tell the truth. So that was, she really was the most influential, that documentary was, for me. And then the other movie was a film called Come and See, which documents a young man through the beginning of his innocence with his family and documents him through a war until the end. And that was a very, also, don't watch that movie.
And the Western forces of Texas and California will be welcomed back to these United States as soon as their illegal secessionist government is deposed.
I just wanted to make journalists the heroes. I felt journalists have been under attack in a really complicated way for quite a long time, and people in many ways don't trust them anymore. But there are journalists out there doing incredibly good work, and the question is not whether they're doing good work or not, it's why is their good work not getting traction, and why are they being attacked in the way they're being attacked. So I wanted just to put them at the heart of it. I grew up around journalists. My dad worked on a newspaper, so I like journalists, and I think they're necessary and important, and that's it.
I think it comes from the way Alex grew up. He was surrounded by journalists, and his father was a cartoonist for a newspaper. So I think that that's just, you know, his natural impulse into a situation like this. Yeah. So that, but it's also like female journalists, and not about, it's nice to be part of a bigger film where it's a woman that has a important real job and who's not, you know, glamorized in any way, or, you know, a damsel in distress in a big movie or a Marvel movie, you know? It's refreshing, I think. It'll be refreshing for everyone.
Yeah.
I just think it's a true thing. There can be terrible events happening or a terrible moment. I mean, I wouldn't want to be too personal about it for you or me, but you could imagine, let's say, something absolutely catastrophic happening in your life and walking out, and at that moment it's dawn and the sky is absolutely stunning, and then you get this strange dissonance of what one's having to contend with inside to what the world is showing you at that moment. And I think, you know, sometimes horror is horrifying and sometimes it has this strange dissonant addition next to it. That's just the way it is.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't for me because we've worked together so much. I was more blown away by his performance in that scene. And we have very little exchange, but that scene, even reading the script, was such a shift in the film to when things really start to get escalated while, you know, on the way to DC. That scene really shifts the film. But yeah, Alex was very lucky that I'm married to Jesse. I was like, will you do this as a favor for us?
Anytime you use something really contemporary, it dated the film in a way. It told you a time frame, which was problematic. So it was partly just to pull it away from that. So most of the tracks are pretty old, and none of them are contemporary. The other thing is, it's a war movie, and if you put the tone of a bit of combat will completely change according to the bit of music you put with it. So Apocalypse Now, one of the greatest films ever made, has an opening sequence of napalm sort of blossoming over palm trees with helicopters buzzing around, dissolving to ceiling fans with the doors playing over it. And in effect, what that is it's darkly inviting. It pulls you into it in a certain kind of way.